you're going to have a successful game and you want eyeballs on your game, you have to have star power. So the quarterback thing is always huge. These guys can all help themselves for different reasons. I think every guy that comes here, there's something that they have to prove. This week can go a long way for those guys.
Remember, on that fourth, you kind of want to get your eyes up, make sure you're seeing what's going on downfield. You got it, Dart. You got it.
Alpha, we go.
Good, good, good. Now, this time, let's do waggle now. Waggle footwork.
After this game right here, you're preparing for your pro day. You're running, jumping, and all that stuff, and yeah, that's Olympic stuff. That's not football. This is football.
Jalen Milroe and Jaxson Dart, I think those guys are guys that the league likes a lot of stuff. They have apprehension on some stuff.
They're phenomenal athletes. You know, they have enough arm, but I think, you know, this NFL, it's a completely different game than the college game.
All right, here we go. Here we got flex right, jab 25, F stutter. We got gun king Dixie right, two paint bash circus, 337 waggle, X pylon, Z spear, alert boiler. Okay, Riley, you gotta get ready, Riley.
Now it's a question of just reading progressions or understanding how to maneuver within the pocket.
Eyes up. There you go. Good, good, good. Shuffle, eyes up. Smooth, tight feet, good. Ball, good. Eyes up.
I just think there's things at that point where, all right, there's another step for these guys, even though they played at a really high level.
I think the biggest thing that I always do is appreciate each and every quarterback because we are all unique in their own ways. And I know how hard it is to play the position. And so to be able to consider yourself a quarterback, be able to lead your team, you know, can't take that for granted at all.
There's a misconception about Ole Miss's offense and, you know, all that's required for the quarterback position. There's a lot involved in our offense. So quite honestly, I feel like I've kind of done it all.
All right, guys. So let's talk some football. Who stood out in your group? Just give me one guy, national and American. We'll start from the top at quarterbacks.
American team, I would say, you know, overall, I thought Dart had a real nice day today.
Mark, who stood out for you on the American team?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Dart at this point. I think he's probably the most talented arm talent of the group. I'd just like to just see a little bit more consistency, but he does a lot of good stuff. So he's been good on that end. I think Leonard is kind of biting at his heels on the national team, I guess. The Canadian kid, Elgersma, keeps jumping out. You know, keep improving. He did a really good job of sliding up in the pocket. But overall, he's progressing pretty well. So I'm kind of excited to see how it continues. And what I've heard from a lot of the scouts that have interviewed him, they say he's just an overall smart kid.
Good late ad.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good job by our scouting staff to just stay through the process and just keep working, because that guy, he came out of nowhere. But we kept looking and we found him, and he's having a good Senior Bowl.
So this is it. This is all the hard work the scouts put in all year. This is kind of a living, breathing thing, really fluid process. We'll strip this thing down as soon as the game's over, and we'll start building this thing back up in February.
I've seen so many big boards, you know, with the Steelers also, and Jim's is just like an NFL team because he runs it that way because he was a scout. And that's what's so cool about it, you know, and he takes that approach. You know, and I think that's why the game has become so successful.
So the blue line and up is, we call that our priority level for a reason. Those guys are a high priority. If we're gonna have a good game, if we're gonna have star power in the game, if we're gonna have eyeballs on the game, we have to do a really good job up here. It's the first 3 rounds. Those are first, second, third rounders. This middle part of the board, this is 4 and 5, and this is round 6 and 7, and down here is, you know, guys we think are gonna be free agents, you know, could be in maybe some other all-star games, but we really, we're hoping the cut line is somewhere in the middle of the board. The goal is to get all our guys drafted,